breakfast. Good for strength building. Has nuts and chocolate. You need more than this healthy food sometimes, but this here and there, really healthy. I apologize for not looking at the camera. Mm. 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 The old lady on the Titanic. Mm. Mm. Whimsy, wispy old lady on the Titanic eating chocolate. Mm. I like it better that I'm looking this way. Like the camera's not filming me and you can watch me from the side. Mm. 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 What's wrong? Robert De Niro? Robert De Niro? No. No. Get away from me. I'm a wispy old big blonde woman. Get away from me. Just kidding. I'm not. I have dark eyebrows. And I'm a man. Mm-hmm. Mm. Chocolate. Mm. It's melting. No. No. Mm-mm. Not how it is. They can never make another Wizard of Oz movie that was maybe as maybe they'll make one that's better than the original Wizard of Oz one day. That's called The Wizard of Oz. But my movie's better than The Wizard of Oz. My movie is The Vampires of Zanzibar. That should be the #1 movie on Earth
when it is released. Or, like The Wizard of Oz, to become the #1 movie on Earth. No. When it's released, #1 movie on Earth. The Vampires of Zanzibar. God gave me that movie by my hard work. He let me work on that instead of being a real estate agent when I was depressed. I had worked at movies. Relentlessly since I moved to LA to work on movies when I was 19. And before that, in my hometown, making videos and playing music and stuff like that, videos, and then movies. And then I had to be a real estate agent. I wasn't that happy. And I was like, why did I work so hard at movies? And it still wasn't paying my bills. And I was like 28. Wait, no, I was 29. And I had made movies before too. I made movies, and then I made The Vampires of Zanzibar. And I think it's my best movie I've ever made. And God let me make the movie. I was so sad and depressed. And I cried in front of a mirror and I asked God to please make the depression go away, because I didn't like what happened to my life, having to work a regular job. It just didn't feel that great to me. I had to be like an assistant to my mom. And I was a real estate agent, but it felt like just being an assistant. I couldn't find any of my own clients. I had to be like a huge emotional support for her, and I wasn't huge. I felt little and small, and it was so much deprivation, not getting to feel all the way good, having to be quiet and not talk, and working so hard so she could do this big stuff that was good, that made us a bunch of money. And I saved a bunch of money. I saved $10,000 for back then. And so God let me know when I was depressed from, well, first I became depressed before that, and then God let me know nothing. He didn't let me know anything, but I cried and prayed and asked the depression to go away. And within a few days, after still being so worried I didn't know what would happen, my depression went away, and I got this amazing idea to make another movie. And I quit being a real estate agent, and I started working on the movie. And I worked on the movie every day. I studied almost every vampire movie made. Dracula, Nosferatu, every vampire movie made. Interview with a Vampire, The Lost Boys. Every vampire movie made, I think I rented or watched that was available to me from Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. and I may have ordered a couple in the mail. And I tried to get every vampire book I could find. And I tried to read most of them, but I didn't read all of them. I read the original Dracula. I think it was the guy's name starts with a G, from like 1890 or something like that, the 1800s. And Nosferatu, that movie's in the public domain, 1932. And I studied movies, and then I started, and I wrote the screenplay, and then I wrote my screenplay, which was already another screenplay I wrote, and I adapted it to be a vampire movie. This was a really well written, funny screenplay, and I adapted it to be about vampires. And then I started pre-production, and I got all the props, the costumes. I found the locations where we'd film. Hi. And the actors, I got the actors together. I met the actors on social media. And they flew in from Norway. No, that was my first movie. But for the Vampires of Zanzibar, they flew in from Sweden, Iceland, Florida, New York, California, Pennsylvania, and they drove too, from various places all around the country and some from all around the world. There were maybe 200 extras, at least 100 extras. And in one scene, there were 100 people, 90 something, that were in the scene that takes place at the end of the movie. And I think I got 200 extras, and I called every one of them one at a time and got them all to show up according to the shooting schedule that I made, to film everything on a shooting schedule for 3 weeks. When I had the actors there, my mom and dad let them stay at their house and my house. And Danica and the kids went to Texas, and everyone was kind and good, of course. I didn't do anything bad. It was the same kind of work that Danica and I did making other movies. And it was good work for God and Jesus. It was good work. And God let me make an entire movie. And I edited it. And it was God's work editing. I did all the post-production or editing effects. Many of the songs I wrote, I found these songs from other people that were really good. And I got their permission to use the music in the movie, and I made a movie. I got their permission to use the music in the movie, and the actors' permission. I got them to sign actors' release forms. I made really good movies, and that one was my best movie, I think. The Vampires of Zanzibar. It should go A-list. Check out the movie trailer. I'm gonna go. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Bye.